Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to complete page 3 and the cost approach. Cost approach section and page 3. So you'll notice this is the third page of the URAR, the third page of the 2055 or the exterior appraisal looks similar. And you notice there's already a bunch of information in here. This is because this was created from a template, and all of these comments are required in pretty much every 1004 form that we do. The only thing we're going to add to this additional comments is the AMC information. AMC again stands for Appraisal Management Company, and it is important that we report the license number for the appraisal management company. In order for them to do business in the state of Alabama, they must be registered and they are issued a license number. And we are required to include that in our reports. So that's what we're doing here. Most of them I actually have saved over here in the quick lists. They're saved by client name. So for this order, it's 3208 Sweetbriar. Look at the order form or the engagement letter. The client is National Title and Appraisal. So we're going to see if we've got that quick list over here. And I know that we do. It's right there. It's number 23. So we're just going to select that. Most of the comments are much shorter. They happen to have a recent name change, so that's why this one is a little bit longer. But basically, you'll look for the name of the AMC over here. Let's see if we've already got the comment. If not, you need to locate the AMC on the client order form or engagement letter, whatever you want to refer to it as. In this case, they do have it right here. It's got the registration number. It's basically just a matter of reading through the engagement letters, which can be quite lengthy. If you are unable to find the AMC license number, or if you have to type up your own list, this is what you want to say. The name of the client is a registered AMC in the state of Alabama license number, and then you want to put that number. If you're unable to find it, I will need you to contact Stacy, which is our office manager, at info@defhs.com. You can send her an email and tell her you are having trouble and you need help in locating it. If she is unable to help, she will contact the appraiser or the client and get that information for you and get it back to you, and we will make sure the learning curve is complete for everybody there. All right, once you've got the AMC, there are situations where there is no AMC, where the appraisal has been ordered directly from the bank. In that case, there is nothing to put here. That is the only extra comment that you'll need to add, though. Then we can move on down to the cost approach section. In this case, we determine the cost approach section is not necessary. So when the cost approach is not necessary, there's still a couple things you're going to need to add. Number one is about the site value. So for the site value, I'm going to want you to add one of these sticky notes. You just left click on it, and then you'll just place it there. And then you're going to say site space, and then we're going to do a percentage here. I want you to find a percentage for me. And what I want you to look at is the tax assessor report. On the tax assessor report, page 1 shows these taxable values. Shows the land value at $10,900 in this case, and then it shows the improvement value at $86,100 and the total appraised value. I want you to divide 10,900 divided by 97,000, and I want you to give me that percentage. In this case, it came up to 1.11, so that's rounded. Site is 11%. That's all I want you to put there. The appraiser is responsible for adding in that figure. That just helps us to get to the figure a little more quickly. Okay? The other piece of information when the cost approach is not required is, well, that is very interesting. I don't know how that 60 got there. That must have been just a mistake, because normally that should be blank. I just want you to add a note saying add remaining economic life. This is for the appraiser to fill out, and they cannot fill it out until after they have looked at the property and they've assigned an effective age. So just leave a note there so we don't forget those two items. And that would be it. If the cost approach were required, then you're going to handle this section a little bit differently. I need you to mark the replacement cost new box. Come down here to source of cost data. Select this quick list up here that says Craftsman Cost Estimator. Leave the quality rating from cost service blank. That is the appraiser's responsibility. Enter in the effective date, which is going to be the date that you are completing this form. Okay? And then you still need to do the site. Find the site percentage and just write that note up there for the appraiser. And then you're going to click in this box and you're going to mark the X for, move that, check this box when including the cost approach. So this should be marked yes if the cost approach is completed or required, and it should not be marked if it is not required. All right. Once you have done that, then you would come over here and instead of adding a note that says add remaining economic life, you would add a note that says cost approach required. So let me just, I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that because for this report it's not required and these notes are acceptable. So I'm going to take this out, take that out. I just wanted you to see what it would look like. Those are the only minor changes if the cost approach were required. The next section on page 3 is the income approach. It is automatically completed. Actually, we don't complete it, but it's automatically filled out saying that we are not completing it. And if this needed to change, it would be the appraiser's responsibility. The final section on page 3 is the PUD information section. This needs to be completed. It's actually just the top line. Is the developer in control of the homeowners association, yes or no? And the unit type detached or attached. This line, this top line, gets filled out if and only if you go back and look at page 1, the PUD box is marked with an X. If the PUD box is marked with an X, there must be a number there. One of those must be selected, and these two questions must be answered. And I will tell you, just to show you, if you mark the PUD box, going back to page 3, this one, the unit type, automatically populates from what you've entered in on page 1. From right here, the units. It's 1, it's detached. That's where that populates from. So really the only other thing is, and you would say no, is the developer or builder in control of the homeowners association? 99% of the time the answer is no. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you to mark no there. In this case, there is no PUD, so I'm going to unmark those boxes. Come back here and correct that. So that is it for for page 3. Thank you for watching.